In this week's video, I've got 3 new writing utensils that I am so excited to show you. Alright, here we have the Drehgriffel. This is a product from Leuchtturm, the Leuchtturm 1917 Drehgriffel. And here we have the Drehgriffel number 1s. This one is the ballpoint, this one is the gel, and then this one is the Drehgriffel number 2, which is a mechanical pencil. So in this video, I'm going to be testing these 3 out. I've had the ballpoint for a little while, so I'm really excited to have all 3. I wanted to get the mechanical pencil in yellow because it's like a pencil. Come on, it's cool. I'm gonna be testing these out and giving my thoughts. So first things first, the physical aspect of these. I really like them. They're all metal. They look small, but they pack a punch. You can also get them customized on the Leuchtturm website. They sent me all the ones they sent me. I had them customized with the channel name, GareTheBear. We're gonna start with the ballpoint. In the ballpoint, you have all these different available colors, which, speaking of available colors, I've got a bunch of different refills here. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but the one they sent me was the blue one. So we're going to go, I already misspelled it. But as far as the pen goes, writing with it feels good. It's like a smaller barrel. Like lengthwise, usually you have a little bit more hanging off the end. Using this is nice. It's like I mentioned before in my Leuchtturm unboxing video that this thing feels like a typewriter, but in physical. Like, it feels like I'm writing with a typewriter if it was a pen. It's like that clanky, mechanical vibe. But the ballpoint feels really smooth. It doesn't feel like, so there's other ballpoints out there, like typically the cheaper ones. You feel like at least I do, I feel like I have to warm it up, right? I have to give it a good scribble before I'm able to actually use it. This one, pretty much out of the box, just works. And I really appreciate that because I don't want to have to scribble every time I start writing. And that just comes from having a higher quality tip. Now, to change out the refill, you just, up here on this white part, you would just untwist. Can require a little bit of elbow grease though, but you just untwist. It's got a spring, and then you just would swap out this barrel here. Again, this is the blue. I also have the red. There's 2 of the red refills. There's a black one. There's green, surprisingly. Another blue one, but this is the fine tip of the ballpoint. This black one is B for bold, M for medium. I have in there a medium currently, and then a ballpoint medium black. So I have the bold and the medium and the black. Kind of excited to try both of those. And with these, again, you get the barrel and you just buy the refills. They don't necessarily want you to get, or at least it's not designed for you to get multiples of the barrel itself. So like theoretically with the pencil or with the gel and the ballpoint, I could interchange and use the red for my ballpoint as opposed to the black, and I could swap them out if I wanted to. The gel pen, the blue ink looks great. I'm sorry, the ballpoint, blue ink, no complaints there. Here we have the gel, which my main number 1 beef about the gel, it only comes in the 0.5 millimeter. They also sent me a blue refill. This one I believe is black if I'm not mistaken. So with the 0.5, you obviously have a very, very fine point, which isn't bad. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't, because I have, on this channel, I am notorious for preferring a bolder line. With that said, this ink and this tip is very nice. It's really fine, really scratchy. I feel like I'm gonna cut a hole through my paper, don't get me wrong. But what I do like is that as a 0.5, this isn't very skippy. Usually I find that 0.5s are skippier. That also could just be a product of poor quality. But to me, I've always found 0.5 to be a little skippier. I don't wanna use this fine of a tip for my everyday pocket notebook, but if I were to use it for something like this, like maybe it's the paper, maybe it's the pen, maybe it's me, I don't know. But the Drehgriffel gel is only available in 0.5. That's my number 1 grief, but as a 0.5, as far as 0.5s go, that actually, I find it works really well, and I enjoy it. I want to try the blue. Matter of fact, screw it, let's just try it right here. Let's just throw that spring back on there. This is the blue ink. Maybe I like it better, who knows? And again, you just twist, easy going. Ooh, that's a pretty blue. I was not expecting it to look that nice. And I don't know how to describe it, but it feels almost smoother and better than the black refill. I really like the color of this blue. I don't know how to describe it. It's obviously different than this, Maybe it's the 0.5 nature because it's not as deep and concentrated a color. But I like the blue. I don't know if I would say I like it better than the black. It doesn't really make a difference. It's just the color's the only difference. Now, I will say the price on these is a bit much than I would personally spend for a pen. I'm grateful for Leuchtturm for sending me these for free. They're like $20 a pen, I think. Something to that effect. Like $18.50 or $19 a pen. And me personally, that's a bit much, especially because you're getting a comparable effect, but with just a fancy body. It is customized, so that's also very neat. But either way, I like the blue gel. I really enjoy that. But I think my favorite of all of them so far has to be the mechanical pencil. I love the crap out of this thing. I got it yellow, got it customized. I have been using it for my sketchbook, and I just adore this thing. The way you use this one is very similar to the others. The only difference is, instead of it being like a click out, or a click out and then a click back in, it's a click, you twist it to pump the lead out. Every twist pumps that lead out a little bit more. So you do this, and the effect is that. Now, you also have to hold that to push the lead back in. Similar to like a clicky mechanical pencil, but it's a twist. Obviously, there's no eraser on this, which it can have an eraser on there. You could put an eraser topper on there, but I personally wouldn't because it would affect. Let's try it. I don't know how this will work or if it will even fit. It's looking like it'll fit. It just looks a little goofy. But honestly though, as long as you can maintain that twist action, now we're cooking. This is probably like a crime to use a pencil this nice with a freaking topper from Walmart, but I don't care. Ooh, I just ran into the desk. Let's try this thing out. So we twist it to get the lead out. I usually like maybe two twists, maybe three, but for the test we're gonna use two. And actually that adds a good, first of all, the pink with the yellow, nostalgia. I like the, so good. I mean, it's just, okay. Honestly, it's just 0.7 lead. Nothing special about the lead. So you could just get a refill of lead from Walmart or the dollar store for as cheap as you can go and fill this thing back up, which reminds me to show, the actual lead mechanism. But yeah, I mean, you just draw and doodle and scribble and do all your pencil related needs. 2 + 2 = 4. I did 2 different 2s there, as you can see. That's interesting. But then we also got, but I really, really like the mechanical pencil because this hexagonal barrel, the model, the build of this thing, to me, it's more of a pencil than a pen. So like these, the number 1 Drehgriffels, they feel good to hold. I enjoy writing with them, but the pencil feels more natural. It feels right. In a weird way, I would almost rather spend the 20 bucks on the mechanical pencil than I would on either of the pens. Speaking of that, I want to try, let's see, okay. So that comes off. I'm trying to figure out, that's the mechanism. I'm trying to figure out how you would refill the lid. I guess you just unscrew that. Oh, you'd unscrew this little piece here, I think. Oh no, that just pops off. And then the lead comes out. There you go. That pops off. Okay, I see. Okay, so that's interesting. This clicks, but the twisty attaches to it, and then it, that's interesting how that works. So this piece you twist on the outside, and it connects to this piece on the inside, which then pushes the lead out. That's so funky, dude. The Drehgriffels from Leuchtturm 1917. I really enjoy the feel, the holding, the physical, tactile experience I get when I'm using these. Are they worth the price tag? Not really. Because for just simply, writing stuff down, what you get, the result looks pretty much the same as anything else you'd get. However, for me, you're paying for the feel. And if you're willing to pay the extra for a feel-good pencil or a feel-good pen, then there you go. It's worth it for you. And if you have these and want to share your opinions, feel free to do so in the comments. So thanks to Leuchtturm 1917 for sending these out to me. I think these are awesome, and I love them, especially the pencil. And thank you guys for being here, and thank you for watching.